Hi, I'm Nancy Hughes. I'm a cookbook author and a recipe developer for major health organizations such as the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, but I also develop recipes for the National Processed Raspberry Council. The recipe I'm doing today is the red raspberry stained pears. The way I'm doing this, I'm poaching the pears and I'm adding the red raspberries near the end, and they actually penetrate into the pear and they stain them. It's beautiful. The first thing you do is you toast your nuts. You just preheat your skillet over medium-high heat. When it gets hot, you add your almonds and you cook them for 1 minute to 2 minutes. You take it off the heat and you'll see how they're just lightly toasted. So in the same skillet, you put it back over medium-high heat. You add a half a cup of water, and then you put the pears in, cut side down, and you cover it, and you let it simmer about 7 minutes. Keep an eye on it because they do get soft pretty fast. Now the other thing is, be sure when you're working with the pears, buy the firm variety. Don't wait till they get ripe because they'll be too soft. And then take them out with a slotted spoon because you want to leave the pan drippings in there. Just set those to the side. And then to the pan drippings, you mix a small amount of cornstarch with water, and you whisk it together, but just make sure that the cornstarch is dissolved, and it has to be cold water, because if it's in warm water or hot water, it won't. It'll just clump up. And you add it to your pan drippings, and then you bring it back to a boil over medium-high heat. And then you add the raspberries. You just gently stir it, just one time. Let it boil for 1 full minute. You add the almond extract, and then you pour this over the pears. After an hour of sitting in the raspberries, these pears have turned into a beautiful shade of red. So to serve the dessert, you simply take some of the sauce and put it on the bottom of your plate, and then you take your pear, put it on top, spoon a little more sauce on top of that, and you're putting 1.5 teaspoons. Now this looks like a lot of sugar. This is the only sugar you're adding the whole dessert. When you bite into it, you'll have a little crunch from the sugar, a little crunch from the nuts, and a little crunch from the raspberries. And that is your red raspberry stained pears. I hope you're hungry. For more recipes and more information on health and nutrition, go to our website, redrazz.org. That's redrazz.org.